If you memorize these 180 ultimate U.S. road signs, you're 99.9% guaranteed to pass your DMV driving test. Let's go! Let's start simple. Does this sign look familiar? Yes, it is. Do not enter. No U-turns. School zone. You can't fail this one. What is this sign? Exactly. That is a stop sign. No stopping. Yield sign. Look carefully. Recognize this one. Nicely spotted. That is road narrows. No right turn. Two-way traffic. Here's a common one. Do you know what it stands for? Good catch. That is no parking. Deer crossing. Speed limit. Does this sign look familiar? Well done. That is a roundabout. Traffic light ahead. Stop sign ahead. Spot this one. What could it be referring to? Nicely recognized. That is no left turn. Winding road. Crossroad. This sign often confuses test takers. Can you tell what it stands for? Excellent awareness. That is no parking. Yield sign ahead. Railroad crossing, crossbuck. Looks simple, but it's tricky. What message is this sign giving? Good observation. That is slippery when wet ahead. Camping. Hospital. You've probably seen this before. What does it mean? Great job. That is no pedestrian crossing. Parking area. A steep grade hill. Take a close look. What does this sign warn you about? Right again. That is divided highway ends. That is railroad crossing ahead. Bicycle route. Let's see if you know this one. Yes, it is pedestrians crossing. Divided highway begins. Falling rocks. Look carefully. Recognize this one? Nicely done. That is flagger ahead. Speed limit ahead. Wrong way. Here's a tricky one. What does this sign indicate? Good catch. That is workers ahead. Tow away zone. Curve left. Here's one that might test you. What does it stand for? Excellent. That is reverse curve left. Narrow bridge. Straight through only. Here's a common one. Do you know what it stands for? Great job. That is no straight through. Keep left of obstacles. Added right lane. Can you figure out the meaning of this traffic sign? Well done. That is one way. Right. Do not drive on tracks. Emergency vehicle. This one is really important. What does it communicate? Nicely recognized. That is snowmobile. Narrow underpass. Turn left. Here's one that might test you. What does it stand for? That is right turn only. Crosswind sign. No parking on pavement. This one's interesting. What does it mean? Good observation. That is roundabout circulation. Plaque. Keep right of obstacles. No bicycles. Have you seen this road sign before? Excellent awareness. That is equestrian. Chevron, right. One way, left. Guess this road sign. Yes, it is the handicapped sign. Lane ends, merge, left. School bus stop ahead. Look carefully. Recognize this one? Nicely done. That is bicycle slippery when wet ahead. Straight through and left turn. Farm vehicles. Here's a common one. Do you know what it stands for? Well done. That is truck route sign. Curve right. School speed limit ahead. Look carefully. Recognize this one? Exactly right. That is no trucks. Train station. Lane ends merge, right. Guess this road sign. Good catch, that is reverse turn, right. Merge, left. Added left lane. Here's one drivers often miss. What does it mean? Nicely recognized. That is double lane shift right. Truck height limit. Traffic merges from right. Okay, take a guess. What does this sign tell you? Great job. That is T intersection. Library. Airport. Look closely. Can you tell what this sign means? Good observation. That is right shoulder drop off ahead. Bus station. No U-turn or left turn. This one is really important. What does it communicate? Excellent awareness. That is rough pavement ahead. Bike lane. Side road, left. Which road sign is this? Nicely done. That is weight limit. Y intersection. No snowmobiles. Guess this road sign. Right again, that is no equestrians. Reverse curve, right. Single lane transition. Here's a tricky one. What does this sign indicate? Exactly right, that is hill, bike. Left turn only. Turn right. Look carefully. Recognize this one? Good catch, that is tourist information. No all-terrain vehicles. Bump. Which traffic sign is this? Nicely spotted, that is no left turn on red. Trailer camping. Hazardous material route. Seen this one before? What does it communicate? Excellent! That is litter container. Bicycle and pedestrians. National network prohibited. Okay, take a guess. What does this sign tell you? Yes, it is skaters permitted. Lodging. Gasoline. Can you figure out the meaning of this traffic sign? Nicely done. That is offset side roads, left and right. Bear crossing sign. Bicycles permitted. Let's see. Can you figure out what this sign means? Excellent awareness. That is food. No right turn on red. Pedestrians permitted. How about this one? Can you tell what this road sign represents? Great job. That is horse-drawn vehicles. Bicycle lane ends. Parking fee station. Spot this traffic sign. What could it be showing? Well done, that is no hitchhiking. Cattle crossing. golf cart. This one's less common. Can you identify it? Good observation, that is diesel fuel. Handicapped accessible. Keep left. Let's see if you recognize this traffic sign. Exactly right, that is wild horse. U.S. route marker, 2 digits. Forest route. Take a close look. What might this traffic sign be referring to? Nicely spotted, that is keep right. No parking on bridge. Do not pass stopped trains. Many get this one wrong. What does this traffic sign represent? Nicely recognized, that is park ride. Hairpin curve, right. Telephone. Let's start with a recognizable one. What might this traffic sign be? Good catch, that is equestrians permitted. Vehicle ferry terminal. Exit gore, no exit number. What message does this traffic sign convey? Excellent. That is state route marker, 2 digits. Motorcycle, plaque. Interstate route marker, 3 digits. Here's one many people mix up. What does this traffic sign represent? Nicely done. That is playground zone. National network route. Bike route. Which road sign is this referring to? Well done. That is local bicycle route. Traffic signal photo enforced. No parking on tracks. Looks familiar. Can you name this traffic sign? Exactly right. That is ramp speed advisory. Chevron left. Interstate route marker with state, 2 digits. Let's see if you can get this one right. What might it mean? Good observation. That is curve with crossroad, right. No parking from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. U.S. route marker, 3 digits. Take a close look. What might this traffic sign indicate? Yes, it is hazardous material prohibited. Electric vehicle charging. Interior lane shift, right. Have you seen this traffic sign around highways? Nicely done, that is county route marker. No parking, bike lane. Alternative fuel, compressed natural gas. Look closely, can you identify what this road sign represents? Exactly right, that is double side roads, right. Low ground clearance crossing. Dip. Think you know your traffic signs? Try identifying this one. Good catch, that is detour ahead. Narrow two-way traffic. Bicycle parking area directional. Look carefully, can you identify this road sign? Well done, that is slow. No skaters. Combination junction, 2 route signs. Seen this before, what does this traffic sign stand for? Excellent awareness, that is bicycles merging. Interstate route marker, 2 digits. Pull through. Can you tell what this traffic sign represents? Nicely spotted, that is passenger-only ferry terminal. Off interstate business route marker. Curve with tangent, right. What type of stop could this traffic sign refer to? Great job, that is construction ahead. Exit speed. U.S. bicycle route. Can you name this eco-related traffic sign? Good observation, that is no parking bus stop. Curve with side road, right. Truck rollover warning, right. Recognize this one. Where could this road sign guide travelers? Excellent. That is low clearance. No right turn for trucks. "270-degree loop curve, right." Great job sticking to the end. If you're serious about acing your DMV test, hit that subscribe button for more step-by-step road sign lessons and practice tests every week. Tap on the videos on your screen to keep boosting your chances of passing. Stay focused, and your passing day is just around the corner.